from the unnamed gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School. ACMi Sports presents Arlington High School boys varsity basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School play host to the Spartans of Stoneham High School. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan. My partner is Tim Hoffman. And tonight, the 4-2 Spy Ponders are facing a very improved Stoneham team this year, coming into tonight's game with a record of 6-1. More information to follow, but right now we will have the playing of our national anthem.
Thank you.
Well, you know, it's still a new gymnasium, so it's still working out some technical difficulties.
We had to bridge a version of the Star Spangled Banner there.
Exactly, but as I started to say, Arlington, since our last telecast, Arlington was in the Newton tournament, and they fared very, very well. The Newton Classic basketball tournament, it's called. They lost to Catholic Memorial in an overtime game, 68-60. Arlington actually led that game by 5 points in the fourth quarter, but couldn't quite finish that one off. And then in the consolation game, in an absolute rock fight, Arlington beat Newton North 38-32. So
two really good teams. I mean, CM brings it big time, and Newton North's good in everything.
So Arlington comes in 4-2, and so we'll set the Arlington starting five. Number 4, Griffin Fudge. Number 5, Alexei Trapotsis. Number 11, Simon Miller. Number 24, Jabari Williams. Those are all your quad captains. And rounding out the starting five for the Spy Ponders tonight is sophomore Joey Prager. Tip is controlled by the Spartans. Their starting lineup is number 5, Weston Bunnell. Number 10, Liam McPhee. Number 11, Peter Bocelli. Number 12, Mason Lord. And 24, Tony Dean. Liam McPhee, I believe, no relation to Ron McPhee. And Mason Lord goes into the basket and lays it in for the first points of the game.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier, Don, a much improved team. This is one of the better teams in the Middlesex League. I mean, these guys are really, really good. I mean, Tony Dean's a really good player, about 6'7", very long. Liam McPhee's very good scorer. Obviously, we just saw Mason Lord there. These guys are real good, and they're going to contend, not just in the Middlesex League, they're going to make some noise in the tournament because they play in a little bit lower of a conference. They're not Division 1 or 2, similar to Arlington and some of the other teams that we play against. They're going to probably be in the Division 3 or 4 MIAA tournament, and they're going to make a run.
4 seconds on the shot clock for the Spy Ponders. They have to get a shot off quickly here. Prager's going to take a little fadeaway. Shot is short, and the rebound by Dean. So as I mentioned, Stoneham comes into tonight's game with a record of 6-1. They are 3-1 in their side of the league. They play in the Freedom side of the Middlesex League, where Arlington, of course, plays in the Liberty. 3-point shot there, high off. Apparently hit the hit the shot clock. Top of the backboard would have been inbounds. Shot clock is out of bounds, and so Arlington will get the ball on the out of bounds violation.
Yeah, we see, obviously, Winchester's the biggest team in the league. They had a couple of kids over 6'6", 6'7". Burlington has a big kid, 6'6", 6'7". But these guys have multiple guys that are in that 6'5", 6'6" range. They're very long, they're very active, and they have some really good multi-sport athletes, led by Peter Bocelli, who's a great high school football player and also a very good basketball player. Alexei Trapotsis with the glass.
First bucket of the game for the Spy Ponders. We're tied at 2, 6.5 minutes remaining, first quarter. Griffin Fudge on defense here, number 4. Remember our last home game, Griffin Fudge had an outstanding offensive game, I believe 27 points. Shot was blocked from behind by Simon Miller. Now the ball's loose at fought for. Miller comes up with it on the floor. Here comes Alexei Trapotsis. If he takes it to the hole, puts it up and in.
Casey, you see that a lot with Lexi as the season goes on, because he's a multi-sport athlete and he's a great football player. As the season goes on, he gets better and better, and I can see him right now. His comfort level is high.
Griffin Fudge for 3. No.
We could use that.
Fought for. I think maybe Stoneham might have touched that last. No. Arlington is determined to have touched it last. It'll be Stoneham ball.
Yeah, you watch Alexi. Alexi's going to start turning it on here as the winter comes on, and he's a little bit got the rust off from football season, and we're going to see a little bit more of him offensively. We always see it defensively.
Good officiating on here by the official telling Griffin to keep the hands off, and now three-point shot is good by Mason Lord. Lord now with all 5 of Stoneham's points, and they take a 1-point lead.
Good scorer.
Jabari Williams pull-up jump shot off the backboard, no good. Simon Miller has it. I'm going to call a holding foul. Looked like it might have been a held ball situation, but instead they're going to get a Stoneham player with the foul. It's going to go against Liam McPhee, his first, and the first on the team.
Yeah, Jabari's better on that, just taking it right to the hoop, using his body and getting in there. Even though he's up against the bigger guy, Dean's a big kid and can block some shots, but Jabari's strength is taking it to the hoop.
Of course, a new shot clock with the foul, so Arlington has plenty of time to work on that. Griffin Fudge inside, powers it up, no. Rebound by Tony Dean.
Yeah, Dean does a little bit of everything. Defensive rebound, block shots, scores interior.
McPhee had it stripped away from him by Miller, but it went right, fortunately, for Stoneham to a Stoneham play. He puts it up and in, count the basket, and Mason Lord will go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, he really looks to score, Don.
He's got all 7 of their points so far. We played 3 minutes.
Yeah, he's aggressive. He attacks the hoop. He takes good shots. I mean, this is a really good Stoneham team. Middlesex League better look out because these guys can play.
Lord completes the 3-point play. Arlington looks to break it out of there quickly on the made free throw. Ball's loose on the ground, and I'm going to have a held ball. Possession arrow favors Stoneham.
Yeah, something that Arlington's been working on. You can see that fast break there. Not one dribble. They got it up the floor without one dribble.
Yeah, I don't know if it was good defense or not. Possible borderline foul there as Griffin tried to take the baseline drive. Got a little nudge there. That's what caused the loose ball, and the held ball happened after that. Use Dean for that high screen. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Stoneham. They dump it
Nice
inside
pass.
to Dean. Heads up here, he lays it in.
You get him on the block, it's going to be tough to stop. That's a really nice
10-4.
pass. He's got good hands, too.
Almost halfway through the first quarter is Joey Prager. Up top to Alexi Trapotsis.
Good screen by Prager.
Fudge, a little floater. Yes.
Yes, you see Prager sets that screen. No one's getting around him.
First points of the night for Griffin Fudge on the floater. Arlington now trails. He's got to be careful of that free hand. And a cheap reaching foul called at midcourt. McPhee in the corner to Lord. And Lord knocks down another 3.
Lord likes the new gym here.
He has 11 of Stoneham's 13, and we're barely halfway through the first quarter. He's on pace for 88.
I'd love it. You're like George Gervin. Remember Gervin at 80?
Yeah. Inside, nice power move on the reverse. Jabari Williams lays it in.
That's what they can attack that right there. Even though Dean's a big, long guy, Jabari's going to get body position on him and either get him in foul trouble or score some buckets.
Lord's only a sophomore. Go inside to Dean. He is one of the co-captains for Stone. A little bit of loose hand
all
there.
over the place.
3-point
Get him a
shot, no. Arlington with the rebound.
He had like 4 pivot feet.
And he used the swim move too. Could have been an offensive foul just as easily.
There's
Jabari. Strong move, lays it up and in. Time to get Jabari Williams going. He has 4, and Arlington has cut the lead down to 3. It's 13-10 Stoneham with 2:40 remaining first quarter.
Yeah, Jabari's strength is Dean's weakness. Jabari's strong inside, and Dean's a little bit not frail in there, but he just doesn't have the power that Jabari has in there.
McPhee for 3.
Yeah, so that's Liam McPhee. You see him score there from 3. He's a scorer. He shoots in volume, but he's going to put some points on the board.
Off the window again for Alexei Trapotsis. He has a half dozen. Stoneham right back right away, coast to coast with the left hand. Weston Bunnell lays it up and in, the co-captain of the Spartans. There's almost as many points in this game as there was in the Arlington-Newton North game.
These guys
different
like to
pace.
dictate pace. They play a 2-3 zone so that they slow them down on the defensive end, but on the offensive end, these guys are not shy, and they'll put it up there.
Fudge, tough shot. He got hit on the arm. He'll go to the line for 2.
It's a good take by Griffin. He's aggressively going to the hoop, which is a good sign.
Looks like that foul went against Tony Dean, his second on the team. Griffin Fudge at the line for 2 shots.
These are all going to be important because it's going to be a close game.
Nothing but net on the first one. 18-13 now, Stoneham. Knocks them both down, and a timeout call by Arlington.
You know they're going to set something up, whether it's going to be a press or some sort of zone press, a little bit of a trap. But Coach Woods likes to, when he's coming out of a timeout, set something up a little bit different, maybe slow Stoneham down a little bit here. But I'm impressed by Stoneham. You like Stoneham so far?
I do, yeah. And at first I didn't know what Dean had down low. I don't know if he had the hands, but he did receive that one pass and put it up strong. So, and he's got something that, as you say, they can't teach in coach. It's height. He's a tall young man.
Yeah, and he's long. And the other thing too is the kids on the wing, athletic kids. I mean, McPhee and Lord and Baselli. These guys are super athletic kids and like to attack the hoop. So
yeah, and then Bunnell had a nice take too with the left hand. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they have some guys that can score. So far, they've had scoring from four of their 5 starters. The only starter that hasn't scored so far is Bacelli.
Yeah, he had a really, really good year this year in football. Senior year, he played a lot of different positions, but really good high school football player.
He's in a little bit of trouble there. Tried to get it to Dean, and pass is stolen away by the Ponders.
They need a bounce pass.
Simon Miller, that's nothing. He didn't have control of it. No travel there. Arlington will set up the offense.
Yeah, those entry passes, when you're a bounce pass, there we go.
Weston Bunnell. Ooh.
Oh, he tried for the dunk.
He might have hurt himself, too. He's very slow getting back on defense. He might have pulled something there, unfortunately. Simon Miller, give me 3. Boom! Simon Miller, first 3-pointer of the game for the Spy Ponders. And the Spy Ponders have trimmed the lead down to 1. It's 18-17 Stoneham. Oh, nice little baseline drive there. Shot's no good. And I think Griffin Fudge will be called for the pushing on the rebounding action.
Yeah, it's a lot easier dunking in layup line or in practice and whatnot. When you're in the game and the heat, you're running back and forth. Take the 2 points, lay it off the backboard. If you're 6'6", 6'7", you're going to go up there and just jam it, no problem. But you always want to take the buckets. I think Coach will tell him that.
Stoneham not prepared to pass the ball in bounds. The referee puts it on the floor, starts the 5-second count, but Stoneham does get it in bounds on time. I don't know if I love that call. The pass, the player got what he wanted out of that pass. It was definitely contact there. I think it's on Simon Miller, and if that's Simon, that's going to be his second. And so I think that's going to necessitate Coach Woods to make a substitution here, and he will, as number 14, Jacob Williams, checks into the Spy Ponder lineup.
Good defense there.
Jabari Williams with the steal.
Good hands by Jabari.
Arlington with a chance to take their first lead of the game. Lexi on the baseline. Fudge, give me 3. Boom!
Nice. There you go, Griffin.
Back-to-back 3-pointers by the Spy Ponders, and the Spy Ponders have their first lead of the game.
I like how he had a 2. He backed up, took the 3. Has his confidence in his shot.
Oh, the balls are everywhere on the ground. Arlington comes up with it. Here comes Jacob Williams to Griffin Fudge.
Yeah, balls on the floor. You're going to have Alexi and Prager at least
10
on the
seconds.
floor.
I'm sure Coach Woods would have preferred Arlington settle for a final shot. That should be Arlington's ball, and it is. Great hands there by Jacob Williams, getting a hand on that, knocking it off the Stoneham player and out of bounds. Arlington can get a final shot. 3.8 seconds to go. Alexei does a smart thing, lets the ball bounce a couple times, coast to coast,
the
floater off the
runner.
window, no. And wow, to think that, it's funny, when we were kids, 3.8 seconds, well, they didn't have tenths back then, right? Well, they did, but they didn't. You wouldn't even think about getting a shot off. On that play, they allowed the ball to roll up to three-quarter court. Alexei takes, 2, 3, 4 dribbles and gets off a pretty good shot, basically in 4 seconds. Didn't go for him, but still Arlington had the opportunity.
Don, I have to mention that we have a new mascot here tonight. Have you seen the woolly mammoth?
I'm gonna have to get more information on that.
I need more information too, because obviously we're the Spy Ponders, and evidently there must have been some woolly mammoth living back in the day in Spy Pond. I'm just assuming.
I will speak to Athletic Director John Bowler at halftime and get more information.
But what a
As you're
great
gonna look real
mascot.
quickly at the Arlington High cheerleaders, and again, now we'll have a roster for you at the next game.
I apologize for going off on a tangent, but I really like the new mascot.
I have no comment until I have more information. So what a different pace in this game for Arlington. We're used to seeing Arlington play great defense, and I'm not saying they're playing bad defense tonight, but I think right now you have good offense trumpeting over good defenses.
Well, I think because Stoneham sort of dictates the tempo. The way that Stoneham plays, they play such up-tempo, and it forces the other team to sort of do the same thing. Because if you don't play up-tempo against Stoneham, they're going to put 70 on you, and you're going to have 50, and you're going to get smoked. So you better play up-tempo against these guys, because they're going one way. They're going that way.
There was some discussion amongst the officials at the table. I'm not sure what that was about. I don't know if it was about whose ball it was going to be. Arlington did win the tap, but Stoneham got the ball once on an alternating possession, so clearly should be and is Arlington's ball.
See,
good pass from Prager.
The hoop there.
Oh, nice. Dumps it down to Alexei Trapotsis, and Alexei lays it in. Great pass by Joey Prager. Trapotsis now with 8. Arlington with a 5-point lead, their largest lead of the game. They trailed this game at one point by 7 or 8 themselves. Prager has his hand on the player, got away with that one. From the corner, 3-pointer, Mason Lord, no. Rebound fought for, and Jacob Williams comes up with it for the Ponders. Jacob Williams, the first guy off the bench tonight for Arlington. Arlington has their other 4 starters in the game: Alexei Trapotsis, Joey Prager, Jabari Williams, and Griffin Fudge.
Yeah, Jacob Williams gives him a lot of athleticism, defensive presence, and he's smart with the ball.
Stoneham has yet to make a substitution.
Attack the hoop.
Griffin Fudge with the reverse, lays it in. 9 now for Fudge, and the Spy Ponders lead it by 7. Arlington picking it up defensively. Inside to Dean, he went in there. And they got to call Dean for an offensive foul, I think.
No, I think they said he touched the ball while he was out of bounds. Okay. But Prager was giving up a half a foot at least and is playing super physical on Dean inside.
And a timeout called by Stoneham. They take their first timeout of the game as they've seen their lead disappear, and now a big deficit for Stoneham, 7 points.
The Mammoth's got some moves, Don. You gotta check out the Mammoth.
We don't know if it's male or female.
No, I didn't say. I'm just saying it's the Mammoth. The Mammoth has some moves. That's all I'm saying.
Very interesting.
I knew you'd think so. I'm pro Mammoth at this point.
Okay.
I'm going first team all mascot in the Middlesex League.
Wow.
Right away, early in the season. I'm going first team and maybe even potentially MVP mascot in the Middlesex League. That's how impressed I am so far.
And it looks like Stoneham will make their first substitution of the game at the next opportunity as Jake Venti is getting ready to check in. Barry Williams, top of the key, Joey Prager. Here's Fudge.
I like how Prager has just inserted himself in the lineup just by hustle and doing all the little things. Like first couple of games, he was getting a little bit of run here and there, role player.
Short shot clock. Trapotsis threw it up there off the window again. No good this time. Stoneham
Now
with
they
the
don't take him
rebound.
out of the game. He plays the whole game, Prager. Just shows you what hard work and dedication does.
Bocelli thought about it, did not. McPhee, pull-up jump shot from the foul line, no good. Rebound by Lord, and no, Prager rips it away.
There you go, Joey.
I thought Mason Lord had that rebound and he did, I think, until Joey Prager took it away. Jabari Williams. Pretty much basic man-to-man defense by the Spartan this whole game, I would say, so far. Fudge got bumped off the spot a little bit.
2-3 there. But you know what I like almost...
Prager from way downtown, short.
I like them clearing out a little bit and let Jabari take the big kid Dean to the hoop. I don't think Dean can cover him one-on-one.
Prager with the great defense to go inside the Dean, and Tony Dean lays it in, count the basket. He will go to the line with a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, that's where he's dangerous. You get him the ball in the block, and without having to take a dribble, he's going to attack the hoop. But on the defensive end, I like Jabari, like even in the high to mid post, taking him to the hoop, leaning into him a little bit.
For Stoneham, number 23, Jake Verity checks into the lineup. And for Arlington, replacing Joey Prager, is number 10, Taj Chabra.
Prager played well, played tough defense, got some boards, gives him that little bit of grit.
Dean unable to complete the three-point play, and Arlington looks to fly the other way. Griffin Fudge faked.
Oh, they got right on him. They knew he wanted to take that.
Yeah, he had a notion, that's for sure.
He wanted it. Taj, a good shooter, number 10, just came in the game.
Jacob Williams, jump shot from the foul line, no good. Taj with the rebound, puts it up. Maybe got deflected. Taj got hit on that one. He'll go to the line for two. And if that's on Tony Dean, which I think it is, that will be his second. So good break there for the Punters. And great job there by Taj Chabra keeping the ball alive and getting the foul to be committed by Dean.
When Taj comes off the bench, you don't lose anything. He's a really good athlete. He had a great soccer season in the fall. And the other thing about Taj, he hits his freebies, so he gets fouled. You don't want to play this kid in horse.
He does hit the first. He will get the second now.
He's got good form, nice rotation.
And he knocks them both down. Substitution for Arlington, making his first appearance tonight, is number 12, John Allen, and he will replace Griffin Fudge. So Arlington going to the bench a little bit here in the second quarter.
Yeah, when you see Allen come in the game, you don't lose anything with him. He's a spark plug. He's a super athletic kid, plays tough defense, and likes to push the ball up the floor. I really like him.
Good nice passing. Job there, yeah, to get it into the corner, and then Lord just going to take it right to the butter and lays it up and in.
Yes, Stoneham not only have good passing, they have very good spacing. They're not on top of each other, so it gives their teammates a little bit of room to work.
Yeah, that was a really good offensive set, and I thought Lord was going to take the base of the quarter.
I like that. Even though that was a contested shot, I like that. But I almost like a jump stop and a ball fake there as well.
Ooh, that's a tough shot. Around the rim and out by McPhee. Here comes Arlington 2-on-2. Remember the tall guy, Dean, has two fouls. They go inside to Jabari Williams. He puts it up. No, let's see if they get Dean from behind.
They'll give it to 23.
Or Verity from the front. It is on Jake Verity, who checked into the lineup recently for Stoneham, his first. And that will put Jabari Williams at the line for two shots.
Yeah, in that last transition where Jabari sort of flowed into the basket, if he jump stops, throws a ball fake, leans into a little bit, gets Dean off balance, that's going to really work to his advantage because of his low center of gravity and his strength going against a bigger player.
Second free throw is good.
There you go.
Baseline drive, they dump it inside of Dean. He's in a little bit of trouble. There's a lot of outs of people around him, and now, let's see. We're going to have a held ball. Possession arrow favors Stoneham. No reset on the shot clock. 23 seconds on that shot clock. Spy Punters by 6 halfway through the second quarter.
Jacob Williams right in the middle of that.
A tough shot there. Good challenge by Taj Chabra. Dean puts it back up. No, fights for it. Still loose. Jabari Williams going up for it. I think they're going to get... Yep, they're going to get Verity on that foul.
A good position there by Jabari Williams. He had a good position, and that forced the Stoneham player to sort of reach in and get out of position. I don't think Stoneham coach didn't like that call, but it was a good call.
Verity out of the lineup for the Spartans. And Bocelli back in. Arlington probably close to being in the bonus as Stoneham has fouled quite a few times here in the second quarter. Oh, good hands by Jabari coming in from behind. Dean throws it up and in, count it. He'll go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. And that foul is committed by Jabari Williams. I believe that's his first. An unlucky break there for Arlington as Jabari flicked that away from behind, but no one could come up with it. Ball went right to Dean, who laid it up and in. Jabari Williams is going to get a little break here, and Joey Prager back in.
Coach Woods didn't like that foul. There was some contact there, but I think they hit him low. But then again, with Dean on the foul line, not really a good foul shooter, so no harm except for the foul.
Taj Chhabra for three. No. Look how Stoneham, they're just looking to push it right away. Good job by Arlington.
Yeah,
slowing him down.
Allen will slow him down.
And then that was a great little tag team there by Allen and Williams.
Yeah,
they got the play at a
Williams
spin.
And Allen, they're playing a little run and jump where one guy will come behind them when they switch positions. Great defense there.
10-second violation maybe. There's 25 seconds on the shot clock. Good question here by Coach Woods.
It's like when they get it over.
Well, they get a new 10 now, but if it's not over at 25, that's a tough one. And not a little foul there by Jacob Williams.
You see, Don, when he's playing that guy there and he reaches in with his right hand, which is his offhand, you're going to get a foul. You have to play him with your left hand, almost like a defensive back in football. You can't reach across kid's body like that. They're going to call it every time.
Again, Arlington gets the Stoneham player to spin. This time it results in a steal, and John Allen lays it up and in. Great defense by the Ponders.
Yeah, those guys work together well, Allen and Williams.
They're really trying to get the Stoneham player to spin into the double.
The old run and jump.
Yep.
They used to do that when we had the beach baskets.
Slowing the Stoneham offense down. Dean fought for it, but they just took it right away.
Taj came in and gave him a little something.
They're being really physical with Dean, and so far they're letting him play.
Nice runner, I love that.
John Allen with back-to-back hoops on the floater. Lays it up and in, and the Spy Ponders lead by 8.
You love to see a kid like that. Didn't play at all in the first quarter. Comes in halfway through the second quarter. Plays sick defense. Attacking the basketball. A couple of buckets. Plays great defense. What a valuable player to have on your team. Someone that can do that and just be a role player, but play his role so well.
Mason Lloyd with the basket and a chance for a three-point play. Foul committed by Joey Prager. Jabari Williams in, Taj Chhabra out. I don't know how many fouls Joey has, but I think he has at least 2.
Taj gave him a couple of good minutes.
Oh, for sure. Hit a couple of free throws. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been up and down so far. Spy Ponders with the 6-point lead. Pull-up jump shot, Jacob Williams, no.
Oh, nice rip.
Allen with the rebound.
That's my man today, right there. John Allen came to play.
He's got 6 straight for the Ponders.
He's like, Coach, you can't take me out now because I'm bringing it.
Bocelli, I thought he was going to take the 3 and said, Lord, nice dump pass. But missing the layup was Brunel. See if Arlington can go the other way. Everybody back for Stoneham.
Joe
for 1, Joey Prager, give me 3. Boom!
From downtown to Arlington.
And a timeout called by Stoneham.
The boys love it.
And now, I thought it was a timeout, Stoneham, and
no one called one. They all just ran off. They're like...
And now they will charge Stoneham with a timeout.
They all ran off the court. No one called the timeout. What a shot. Prager had good form on that. Good rotation.
The home games that we've had, he has taken a couple.
Sure.
I don't know if he's made many, but that one was nothing. That was a beautiful shot.
He adds that to his game. Holy cow. He's sophomore, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
2028.
What a find. I mean, obviously they knew, he played in the program, was on the freshman JV team, but we didn't see him at all last year. And have no idea who he is. All of a sudden he shows up the first couple of games. He plays a minute here, a couple of minutes. And then it's just like, wow, this kid's really good. And then he keeps playing more and more. Tonight he starts. He's ripping boards. He's covering a 6'6" kid, maybe a 6'7". And what a great addition to the program after losing, such a great class last year. And especially being a sophomore. And his attitude and his intensity. Yeah, we got a lot. We have some alumni in the house.
Yeah,
tonight.
it looks like some of the members of last year's team are here. Among others.
Yep.
Minute 18 to go. Second quarter, Arlington has blossomed to an 11-point lead, 36-25. Good defense there by Jacob Williams, causes the turnover. Here comes John Allen.
Oh, I thought he was looking for another one.
They would have given him 4 for that one.
I would have jacked it. That doesn't mean anything.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Yeah, the clothesline.
Jake Verity back into the Stoneham lineup. Jabari Williams, I don't know if that's 2 or 3. No.
Good rip by Alexi.
And Arlington could hold for a final shot here, Tim. But a 1 second, maybe 2 second differential between the two clocks. But instead, we're going to get a 3-pointer from the corner. Oh, John Allen's show here in the first half. He has 9 as he knocks down a 3-pointer.
He's played like 4.5 minutes, and he's starting to dominate the game.
They use Dean on the high post. Prager all over him. Verity for 3. I don't know if our coach wanted that shot.
Box out there.
8 seconds to go. Can Arlington get off the final shot? Here comes Alexi Trapotsis. He goes to the hole. He puts it up. And a blocking foul was called, and Trapotsis will go to the line for 2. Great job there by Arlington handling the final 8-point-something seconds of this half. Trapotsis just got it in his hands and just decided he was going to go all the way to the hole, and he'll go to the line for 2.
It's funny seeing Alexi Trapotsis and Peter Boselli covering each other, 2 of the better defensive backs in the, if not the 2 of the best defensive backs in the Middlesex League in football this year.
Trapotsis unable to hit the first. 1.4 seconds remaining. First half. The second free throw, also a good rebounds battle around Jabari.
Rip.
Oh, the tip by Prager with the buzzer. I don't know if that would have counted, but tremendous job there by Arlington on the missed second free throw. Jabari Williams kept it alive, and then Prager got a tip, but it did not go. So, wow. As I mentioned earlier, Arlington in their last game, the final score was 38-32, I believe. So Arlington in one half has matched their output that they had in the entire game against Newton North over the holiday break.
Yeah, they have the athletes. They can push the pace. Sometimes Coach Woods likes to dictate his pace depending on the team, but I think with Stoneham is because they just go up and try to shoot in the first rotation, is that they're like, all right, we'll play. If you guys want to play in a rock fight, we'll rock fight you. If you guys want to slow it down, we'll do it. But if you guys want to run up and down the gym, we have the athletes to do it. And you see like Allen coming off the bench, Williams coming off the bench, Prager playing his, with the enthusiasm to do, and then you have one of the best athletes in the Middlesex League with Alexi Trapotsis on your team. They can play in a lot of different ways and a lot of different schemes. You got the little guys out here, Don.
He heard the shot clock go off. No shot clock violation, guys. Keep playing.
Just jack it up.
The score at the end of the first half, Arlington 39, Stoneham 25. Tim and I'll be back with the second half action. And getting ready for second half action, Don Phelan along with Tim Hoffman. And an impressive second quarter for the Spy Ponders as they outscored Stoneham 19-8. So Arlington led by 3, 20-17 after 1. And a 19-8 second quarter gives Arlington this big 14-point halftime edge.
Yeah, and they really got a lot of help off the bench. These guys that came off the bench, Williams and Allen both did unbelievable.
Allen tied with Griffin Fudge for high point on. As you remember, Griffin Fudge did not play much in that second quarter. I don't know if he picked up his second foul, but as you mentioned, they got contributions from Jacob Williams and John Allen. John Allen, like I said, co-led the team in points with 9 in the first half. That ball last touched Stoneham, and indeed it did. It will be Arlington ball.
Yeah, so Arlington played at least 10 guys, right? 10 guys off the bench?
He played. 9 anyway.
Yeah. Nice pass.
8.
Oh, nice.
Barry Williams, a little jumper from inside the foul line, couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, one more dribble and attack the hoop on that. That's a bucket.
Arlington with their starting 5 of number 11, Simon Miller.
Miller plays
number 5,
top D.
Alexei Traposis. Number 4, Griffin Fudge. Number 24, Jabari Williams. And number 23, Joey Prager. Stoneham also with their starting 5 of Weston Bunnell, Liam McPhee, Peter Bocelli, Mason Lord, Tony Dean. Mason Lord led the way for the Spartans. He had 15 of their 25, but he had a really, what do you have, 11 halfway through the first quarter?
Yeah, like the first few minutes before we, yeah. Look at Prager ripping boards.
And he ended up only with 15, so Arlington did a great job shutting him down after that halfway point of the first quarter. Remember, he was on pace for 88. He has 15 at the half. Traposis, I thought Simon was going to jack that one. No, and Arlington will reset the offense, 18 on the shot clock. Joey Prager got his arm ripped off. Traposis will float it up and in.
Nice. Good spacing there by Arlington.
Double figures for the quad captain, Alexei Traposis. And the Spy Ponder lead is up to 16.
Yeah, usually if he gets 10 points, he's going to get a triple-double because he's going to get his assists and he's sure as heck going to get his steals.
Yeah.
And rebounds.
He could get a quadruple-double.
Yeah, he could get a quad one of these games.
Now, great Arlington defense causes another Stoneham turnover, and Arlington will look to add to their 16-point lead. And you'll be happy to know, not at this moment, but soon, Tim, I do have an update on the new Arlington mascot.
Well, I have an update on the mascot as well.
Oh, boy. We'll have to compare notes.
I gave him a high five at halftime.
Okay. Griffin Fudge.
Money!
Just inside the three-point line, knocks it down. And now Fudge with 11.
There you go, Griffin.
In double figures. Arlington continues to extend this lead as they have pretty much shut down Stoneham after allowing 17 first-quarter points.
As I said, the mascot's on the all Middlesex League mascot team. Griffin Fudge is on the all post-game interview team.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I had a good interview with him. I said, Griffin, I might have to have a podcast with you. That kid can talk. He's a great kid. He's very articulate and very thoughtful. And what a great interview I had with him.
Tough shot there. Shot clock was winding down as Weston Bunnell had to take a tough, almost fadeaway three-pointer. Gonna like man-to-man defense for the Spartans.
Nice.
Barry had a notion. Fudge says, I'll take it from inside the arc. Shot is short. Prager fights for it. Saved it, but he saved it right to a Stoneham player.
Got to get back on
Oh,
D.
Jabari Williams with a beautiful steal. 3-on-2 for the Ponders. Simon Miller fakes. Dumps it back to Williams. Williams can't get the roll, but a great pass by Simon Miller.
That was a good pass.
Stoneham the other way.
I don't think Stoneham, when they came in, you know, they've had such a good season so far. I don't think that they realize, A, how good Arlington is, and
Miller
the defensive pressure.
with a steal, fakes, and unfortunately he slipped and fell, and will be called for a driving violation. Let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, I think he tried to come to a jump stop and then just sort of got his feet out in front of him. But Arlington's defensive presence tonight has been really impressive. I mean, their defense has really led to a lot of transition basketball and easy buckets.
Arlington on their way perhaps to a season high in points. I think their season high in points has been 60, and that was in an overtime game.
So you come into Arlington, you're going to realize he took 6 or 7 steps there.
Shot goes up and in for Lord. They're going to determine that the foul was before the shot, so it'll be Stoneham ball on the baseline.
Yeah, you come in to Arlington, you know you better know, or you're going to know real quick that someone's going to be in your face all game, playing tough defense, box you out, and the intensity level is off the charts.
That is a tough shot there by McPhee.
Good rip by Alexei Traposis there.
It's a brand new shot clock, too. But Stoneham ran their inbounds play, and that's a shot they got off. Griffin Fudge, give me 3. No, back rim. Gets his own rebound. That's why you young players, make sure you box out the player that shoots the ball. Jabari Williams, strong move, no. He's been a little snake bit here in the third quarter so far. A couple of nice shots that didn't get to go, but Jabari does a great job defensively, knocks it away. Fudge for three, no. And you're going to get Williams with a cheap reach-in foul.
Yeah, Griffin's on that. He's wide open. That's a good shot, but just take another half a second. Get your feet set. Look at the bucket. You don't have to take it in a nanosecond. 3 nanoseconds, better shot.
Number 23, Jake Verity into the Stoneham lineup.
Good pressure by Arlington.
Oh, what a beautiful move. A little contact there, no call. Arlington back the other way. They could have numbers if they push it. Trapotis bounce pass Simon Miller. Bounce pass into Jabari Williams. Jabari with another cheap reach-in foul. He's so good at deflections, but sometimes he, gets a little bit too aggressive, and a couple of reach-in fouls 80 feet from the basket, back to back, and I think that's going to, nope, he will not come out of the lineup.
He has Liam McPhee a little bit frustrated. McPhee sort of shoved the ball in his stomach afterwards, just because Jabari's playing so tough.
Taj Chabra, number 10.
A little frustration coming here on the Stoneham squad.
Jacob Williams, number 14, into the Arlington lineup. Replacing Griffin Fudge. Shot's no good. Another rebound for Prager.
Prager ripping boards tonight, Don.
Fudge and Miller checked out of the Arlington lineup. Arlington with a new backcourt in there.
Nice little give and go there.
Ball's loose. Williams comes up with it inside to the post as he fakes. Couldn't get it to go.
Alexi's going to steal that. I should have called that because I knew.
You were in process of calling. I was going to take a pull-up jumper off the window and knocks it down.
When the kid was dribbling up the floor, I said, there's no way Alexi's not going to steal this ball.
A timeout called by Arlington. They lead at 45-25, their largest lead of the game.
I call that the Alexi fast break. He gives up the ball. The kid's dribbling up the court. He steals the ball. He turns the corner, and all of a sudden now we have two, and they're calling a timeout. It's amazing what he does on the defensive end that leads to offense and opportunities for his teammates.
And you take a look at the Arlington cheerleading squad. I did get a roster.
Nice.
Captains Jill Cole, Captain Ina Bared, seniors Haley Lucenti, Anna Samari Marquez, Lily Roshankish, Amelia Mahia, juniors Audrey Nato, Brooke Mayer, Ivy Nedelchiv, Isis Diaz, Catherine McDonald, Kea Adahari, Layla Wallace, Mia Cochran, Nanami Ida, Janie Kustis-Gavel, sophomores Ella Almas, Juliana Schwartz, Sydney Daniels, Fiona Kashaj, freshman Uma Barede, Emma Marshall, Camilla Aguinaldo, Charlie Saul, and Lily Nato. So quite an impressive group of
Yeah, they do a great job.
season.
They're super athletic, too. They have some pretty athletic moves that they do, and really great group.
I'd like to thank Coach Sarah List for providing me with that.
The Arlington defense is just swarming.
Stoneham has yet to score in the third quarter. I don't know if you realize that, because I just did.
Good entry pass.
Yeah,
That's a
nice little
play.
reverse there by Lord. Lord's a good player. And as I mentioned earlier, he's just a junior.
Yeah, he really aggressively looks to score the basketball.
But it's interesting, the first points for Stoneham in the second half happened with about 2.5 minutes. So they basically went 5.5 minutes without scoring in the third quarter. Great, impressive defensive performance by Arlington early here in the second half. Trapotis got bottled up, but he was able to get it to Williams. Williams inside, tried to float one up there with short time on the shot clock. There was a shot clock reset. I don't know if that ball ever hit the rim. Let's see, the officials will discuss this to see if it did. If it did not hit the rim, there would not have been a reset. It would be Stoneham ball. But if it did hit the rim, it'll be Arlington ball.
You know, they bring in their subs, and sometimes, you know, with the defensive pressure that Arlington puts on, you're like, you know, they're subbing in. Maybe Stoneham looks at it and says, all right, you know, they're subbing in, so it's not going to be, you know, the swarm. But then they bring in two of the best defensive bench players in the league. You got John Allen and Jacob Williams. These guys are in your mug, and they're on you like white on rice. So there is no relief from the defensive pressure from Arlington when they start making subs. You bring in these two kids that are unbelievable defensive players, and they work so well together in tandem. Like you mentioned, when they switch direction or put the ball behind their back or do a spin move, all of a sudden the other kid's right there in your mug, stealing the ball and going down the other way. So, I mean, the defensive presence that they bring off their bench is impressive. Never mind the usual suspects, Alexi and crew.
They've determined that it is Arlington ball, but only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Well, that looked like a 5, but I think it was only a 2.
That was a quick 5.
Something's not right there.
Coach Woods is like, I can count to 5, but that was no 5.
The officials went over and talked to the scoring table, led by IBO Hall of Famer Frank Beebe. I don't know that they can just do it again.
Yeah, that wasn't 5.
I know, but I'm not sure that's the correct way to fix that. But I like to run the same inbound play. Let's see if they can score up this. Depotes for 3. Off the rim, no. And ball's knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Arlington. It'll be Stoneham ball. So
that's good they got a shot off.
That was strange.
It was almost like a technical difficulty. Stoneham coach is like, what happened there? How'd they get the ball back?
Okay, Stoneham ball, fresh 35 for the Spartans, and the Spartans trail by 18 points. High post with Dean. 3-point shot there is no good by Bunnell. Here comes Josh Allen. Ooh. John Allen, no. I think they're going to get Allen for an offensive foul.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah, I think Coach Woods wants him to pull that out a little bit or go to the foul line, stop at the foul line, get some help. The wings were coming down. He just needed to be a little more patient on the break. Sometimes the secondary break is more effective than the primary break.
Prager was just really good help defense. But you know, again, to Arlington's advantage, when the officials allow out the physical play, it's definitely to Arlington's advantage. You know, you got a slender 6'7" kid, and you got Prager just mugging him as much as he can within the legal limits, and he caused the play to travel.
And the help defense, like, it was Taj on the weak side there.
Little turnaround shot there by John Allen, no good. Gets the rebound, though. Prager fakes, drives, pull-up floater, around the rim and out. Bunnell with the rebound. Three-point shot. Looks like it's going to be long. It is. Good rebound there. They go inside and Dean lays it in. But you see what I'm saying? From our angle, it seems like he's really getting mugged about.
Yeah, no. Prager was in his back pocket.
There's about a 2-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Let's see if Arlington elects to hold for a final shot. Now the ball is loose, and it's on the floor again. Prager. Now they might get Prager on a foul on that. Nope, they're going to call a held ball. Again, advantage Arlington. Substitution for the Spy Pond is number 13, Nolan Hassel, into the game, and he replaces John Allen.
I'm not sure what other sports. I'll talk to Joey at some point. But I'm signing him up. He's a defensive end, tight end. He'd be a good rugby player. This kid is he just nails. He plays so hard. He's probably 6 feet. He's playing against a 6'7" kid.
He's a varsity pitcher on the baseball team.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could see him throwing some gas.
Right.
And the competitiveness.
3 seconds. Fake, putting it up, and then Liam McPhee at the buzzer. It'll count. And that's how the third quarter will end.
That's why he's such a competitor. You know, you get out there on the mound, and it's just you and them. And you get a lot of competitive instincts from that. So I can see him being a good pitcher.
So the pace certainly slowed down there in the third quarter as both teams combined for 12 points. 6 points each as the pace considerably slowed. But not to Arlington's disadvantage there, although they did lead it by as many as 20, but now it's down to 14 heading into the fourth quarter.
Yes. And I think with their defense, too, is that even if Stoneham, which they probably will because they have some offensive players, they're going to make a little bit of a run. And you just have to expect the run. But because that Arlington plays such tenacious defense and their defense leads to transition basketball, that they're going to be able to at least stymie that run with their own defense. Now, what was you teased something and you haven't followed through there, brother? What's going on with the mammoth there?
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then, you know what? It's not, there is some discussion whether it's a mammoth.
Oh, see, I already nominated the mammoth as first team All Middlesex League, and it might not be a mammoth.
So I had something texted to me, and I haven't had a chance to check it out. It is actually a mammoth. That has been, so now I'm going to get an update on this.
It's official?
Because at one point it was a mastodon.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Who knew?
And I believe it has something to do with, for those who don't know, a 42,000-year-old mastodon tusk was pulled from Spy Pond in 1959 by ice cutters.
Who doesn't know that?
We all do now, and I didn't. So it's Cyrus the mastodon.
I love Cyrus.
But now it has been actually updated to Cyrus the mammoth.
Cyrus the mammoth.
That's
all
what
right.
I've got, and more information to follow. Looked like Taj Chaba stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, he sort of forced out. It was good defense by Stoneham. They pushed him out of bounds. So Cyrus the mammoth.
I'm gonna have to write that down. Put that in my important notes section.
You figured it had to do something with the Spy Pond. I figured that they used to roam the area.
They did.
There you go.
42,000 years ago.
Bam.
All right. Busy writing something down. I missed something. Maybe a foul on Simon Miller.
Yeah, just like a backcourt. Yeah, but Simon plays really tough defense, but he didn't give much room there. It's right back on him.
Yeah, so I thought this was going to be kind of, Arlington was going to be able to float this one away, but it is down to 14. We do have an entire fourth quarter to play. Let's see if Stoneham has it in them to make a run. Jabari Williams will be called for the foul. As you could see, whether on purpose or not, he had a piece of the jersey of Tony Dean. And for Williams, that's got to be at least 3, if not 4. He's going to have to be careful here.
I think they should go to Dean a little bit more. You know, the wing guys were jacking threes and they were hitting them early. But it's been a while. Like, you get him the ball in the low to mid block, as long as he doesn't have to dribble too much, maybe one power dribble and up. I mean, he's got good form. He's a good free throw shooter. And he was very effective inside, but I'd get him more touches. I wouldn't let more than one or maybe 2 or 3 possessions go by where he didn't get the ball in the block. Now, he also is a good facilitator, so he'll pass the ball. So it's not like a black hole. You go in there and you never get the ball back. So you give that kid the ball and see what he can do in there. But he needs more touches.
1 of 2 for Dean. Knocks the lead down to 13 for the Pond as Joey Prager back into the Arlington lineup, and he did indeed replace Jabari Williams in a little bit of foul trouble.
And did you mention Nolan Hassel?
Nolan Hassel came in at the end of the third quarter, jacked up the 3 there. No.
Yeah, good shooter. Yeah, he can really shoot when he gets his feet set.
Oh, wow,
that's nice.
Coast to coast, beautiful job there. Mason Lord now with 19. And you're gonna have a foul committed by Liam McPhee.
Yeah, you got to take. Griffin's got to take a little bit better care of the basketball there.
We got
sort of nonchalant entry pass. He's got to put a little bit on it, maybe even a bounce pass there.
Now, Cyrus, the mammoth, is being told to move by the official.
My goodness. Take a charge.
And he slowly makes his way to the entrance.
He's 40,000 years old. How fast can he go?
All of a sudden, we have a ball game here, Tim. Arlington lead down to 11.
Yeah, Stoneham wasn't going to go away. You knew they were going to have a run. Too good of a
Griffin
team.
Fudge, tough shot.
Wow.
No. Dean with the rebound.
And they're still looking to push.
Yeah, they've slowed down a little bit, but they've got a little bit of life here.
Yeah, and they have the
big
scores.
possession here. Lord for 3. No. Good job there by Joey Prager, boxing Dean out and getting that rebound for the Ponders. Dean went down. Hassel for 3. Bang!
This is his biggest three of his career.
Big answer there by the Ponders, and Nolan Hassel lead back up to 14, under 6 minutes remaining in the game.
Huge shot by Hassel.
3-point shot by Stoneham, number 10. McPhee, no. Here comes Arlington. They could have numbers here if they push. Fudge, all the way to the big guy. Kicks it back out. Let's see if they swing it to Prager. They do. He's going to take the three. It's going to be long, I think. Rebound fought for. Fudge keeps it alive.
Nice job,
Miller.
Griffin.
Prager, they're going to see if Arlington will reset the offense here, use a little bit of clock, and set up the offense and get a good shot off.
Yeah, what about Nolan Hassel? Comes off the bench, doesn't get much playing time.
Big three.
Huge three, and just that he has the confidence to take it, you know he's a good shooter, because he wouldn't just come off.
Prager, give me three.
There it is.
Boom!
Joey Prager doing a little bit of everything. Just sell popcorn at halftime.
Back-to-back threes by the Ponders, and the lead all of a sudden is back up to 17. They've answered the Stoneham run. Dean
that's a nice
spins,
move.
puts it up. No, he'll go to the line with two. Foul committed by Joey Prager.
That's a tough, like I said before, you got to get this kid the ball. That's a tough move. He's got good footwork. He's obviously very lean, doesn't have a ton of power, but he's got some finesse, and he's just so much bigger than everyone else that you do a move like that, you're going to get fouled like 6 out of 10 times.
And he hits the first free throw.
And he's a good free throw shooter.
But I still think if you're Coach Woods, you're probably happy with that foul as opposed to a little 5-foot shot. Make him go to the line and get these two.
My goodness, I'd tell Joey to hit him harder next time.
Both of them. Double figures now.
I don't think you have
11.
to tell Joey that.
No, definitely not. 15-point Arlington lead, 4:44 remaining in the game. Prager foul on jump shot, short. Good strong rebound there by Bocelli. Bocelli's scoreless on the night for Stoneham. Stoneham is scoring from only 4 players. McPhee, pull-up jump shot.
Oh, good D.
And Griffin Fudge will be called for the foul. It was good D for the most part, but then
he fouled him.
He kept going and made what would have been a clean block into a foul. But overall, pretty good D there, Griffin Fudge.
I like Coach Woods. So Coach Woods doesn't talk about this foul. So he's saying the last time down, where was my foul down here? So he's not looking at that individual play, but he puts in the ref's ears. It's like, hey, my guy's getting hit too.
Liam McPhee hits the first free throw. As I mentioned at the beginning of the telecast, Liam McPhee, no relation to Ron McPhee. And he hits them both. Jabari Williams will check back into the Arlington lineup, and he will replace Simon Miller. So extended minutes here for Nolan Hassel.
Yeah, he's getting some good minutes in crunch time.
Yikes. Tough
Holy
pass
cow.
for him to handle. He does. Stoneham with some full court pressure here. Arlington has a 3-on-2. Great hustle there by Lord on the steal.
Good back tap there. Main reason why you sprint back on defense. You see guys jogging back sometimes. It's unacceptable. You sprint back, plays like that happen. Nice play.
McPhee to the hole. No. Rebound. Looked like the Stoneham player hit it out, and he did.
We got a break on that one.
Really? I thought Tony Dean hit that out, but he looked as surprised as anybody, so maybe he did not, but Arlington will get it.
Joey Prager had great position on that, too.
Good job there by Arlington, breaking the press. Couple passes, boom, boom, boom. Get it over the timeline.
Coach Woods telling him to run the offense, run it through a little bit here.
Halfway through the fourth quarter, Arlington by 13. Griffin Fudge, he might have got away with a walk there. Fudge with the floater, plays it in.
I like it. Nice take.
13 for Griffin Fudge. High point man for the Ponders. Lord, no.
Good rip by Jabari Williams there. Once again, double-digit boards for Jabari.
Hassel, floater, no. Rebound fought for. Williams comes up with it.
Another rip.
And the ball's knocked out of bounds by Stone. It will remain Arlington ball.
Jabari really good on the defensive glass, but getting on the offensive boards tonight, too. He's got double-digit rebounds, and so does Prager. Dean's got a bunch of boards, too.
20 on the shot clock. Under 3 minutes remaining in the game. Ponders by 15.
They'll be willing to take all 20.
A reach-in foul there by Dean. I believe that's Dean's third.
Yeah, you don't want your big guy out there doing that. You got other guys to go out there and foul the other team's point guard.
So Arlington will get the benefit of a new shot clock. 2:44 remaining in the game. 53-30 at Arlington. Oh, what a beautiful
Bounce
play.
pass.
Hassel, as a big guy came over. Now Hassel tries to throw it off of Dean. Williams comes up with it, and Coach
Great timeout.
Woods calls the timeout. He didn't like what was going on there. So Arlington will get a new shot clock, basically. 31 seconds on that shot clock, and about 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. So Arlington in pretty good shape.
Yeah, good interior passing. Hassel could have gone up strong or just kicked it out.
Oh, he saw a 6'7" guy coming his way, and
Yeah, I'm going the other
a
direction.
little bit of contact, too, from far away, but no call. Upcoming games for the Spy Ponders. On Friday night, Arlington will go to Woburn. It's been a little bit of a down year, I think you said, for the Tanners so far,
Yeah, they're
correct?
rebuilding. They got a new coach, really good coach. And he was the assistant coach at Winchester for several years. He knows the game really well. I think he's going to bring the team back. But they just, they've had a couple of down years, and it's hard to turn it around real quick. Mike Borgesano.
The last Woburn coach was there for quite a while, I think.
Yeah, I think they switched off a little bit. Sullivan was there for a while and had a good run, and then they had a couple of changes. But Woburn's always been a basketball town, and they got a lot of numbers, a lot of good athletes. So I could see Coach Borgesano bringing that program back. I know him well, and he really knows the game. He was a good player back in the day, and I think he's going to do well. Nice
Beautiful
pass.
inbound play by the Ponders. They come out of the timeout and run the inbounds play to perfection. Alexei Chaposis to Joey Prager, who laid it up and in. Arlington back up by 17, coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the game. 2:12 and running. This is Veneti for three. And a timeout called by Stoneham. Stoneham takes their third timeout.
Stoneham sort of got away from what was working for them. They came out in the first quarter. They pushed the ball up. They were taking threes. They were being super aggressive. And then they let Arlington's defense sort of dictate what they were going to do. And Arlington's defense sort of swarmed them and stopped them from what they were doing. But even plays like that, you see this kid Venti shooting the three. They need volume offense, and Arlington is really good with stopping you from doing that because of their aggressive nature on defense and their defensive scheme, and the fact that not only their starters play unbelievable defense, they bring these kids off the bench that can D you up no problem, and it's a really difficult situation for the opponent when Arlington's on top of their game defensively. Do you think Cyrus will let me interview him after the game?
Is he the player of the game?
No, not the player of the game.
I'm going to leave that one to you tonight.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I know.
It's
close.
I'd go, there's so many, you always have Alexei, you always have Griffin, you have Joey Prager, who's one of my favorites.
He's got 8.
I love John Allen coming off the bench.
He had 9 in the first half.
So, I don't know. I don't know.
2 minutes remaining in the game. Spy Ponders by 14 as they look to salt this one away. But Stoneham is scrambling and scrapping, and they're not going to give up these final 2 minutes, and Arlington's going to have to work and close it out. You got Simon Miller all the way over there in the corner. They get it to him. Arlington just working the clock, working the ball around. See if Stoneham, at this point, I wouldn't foul if I was Stoneham. They've used all this time. Prager, that floater could have made it. He got him player of the game honors.
He should have used some glass.
Arlington does not want to foul in this situation. They want the clock to run, even if Stoneham were to score. Let the clock run. 1:24 to go.
Nice tip.
Prager. He's had a great defensive game as well.
He's played unbelievable.
That's a good little spin move there by Tony Dean, and timeout called by Stoneham as Coach Jim Bakeman in his 13th season. He's going to play this one all the way to the end. He's used 4 of his allotted 5 timeouts.
Yeah, Dean has good footwork. You know, he spins the ball well, and he has a really good reverse pivot.
Here's a senior co-captain.
He'd be one of these guys that needs to put on, you know, got to get in the weight room a little bit. Maybe a post-grad year or something like that, and, you know, could see himself playing somewhere. But he has very good hands. Sometimes you see these big guys that don't have good hands. He has good hands. He's got good footwork. Needs to get a little more strength, but very, very good high school basketball player.
Get a look again at the Arlington High School cheerleaders, and Meredith Lamont, our mid-court camera person, high above courtside here, getting that shot for you. So thank you, Meredith. Of course, the ACMi crew led by Jeff Monroe. And, you know, over the years, we've had different iterations of what we do here. And you've had single camera back in the day, and now we have multiple cameras, and they do a great job. And we'd like to thank them for all their work.
Everyone we talk to, other teams, they know they use this for scouting sometimes. Everyone talks about how professional the ACMi crew, except for you and I. The ACMi crew is with the camera people and everything, and the way that the production is. It's such an advantage to have for your community.
1 minute to go in the game. Arlington by 12. Again, they're just doing their best to run this clock out. Stoneham not electing to foul. And those Stoneham players are really playing it to the end. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin Fudge says, I'll have to take that since there's short time left in the shot clock. He missed it. Jabari Williams trying to fight for it. Now, I think they're going to get Liam McPhee on a foul as he was going for the loose ball, but he kind of grabbed Jabari Williams and threw him out of bounds.
Yeah, I think that still counts as a rebound. It's a long rebound for Jabari.
So no bonus yet for Arlington. 36.9 seconds to go in the game. So Arlington can pretty much, in effect, run this thing out, give or take 2 seconds. Let's see if Stoneham elects to prolong the game with fouls. I'm sure they're going to still play type defense for the final 37 seconds.
Alexi Traposis play the entire game.
Oh, now Stoneham is fouling, and now the officials will make the call. I don't know if Coach Bakeman wanted to do that, go that route, but Mason Lord committed a foul that simply had to be called.
Yeah, sometimes instinctively when you're down like that, you think you're fouling to come back in the game, but at this point with 28 seconds left, it might be a moot point.
4 on the team, so if they do foul again, someone from Arlington will go to the line for 2. But as you said, I think Arlington is content to run it out, so really no reason to foul at this point. 22 seconds to go.
And they're not trying to score either.
No shot clock. Arlington will be able to dribble this one away. Well, you very rarely see this. Now, this isn't a men's league game. You can just walk off, but the Stoneham players head to the bench. Arlington does have to dribble out the final seconds. You know, in the men's league, you just give the ball to the ref and both teams say, yeah, we're good, and you end the game. But it's high school basketball game.
We're all good. All right, so I'm going with off the books.
You think about it for a second. I'm going to run down the scoring leaders, and then you can tell me what you have.
You got it.
For Stoneham, Weston Bunnell had 2 points. Liam McPhee had 7 points. Jake Verity had 3 points. Tony Dean had 13. And high point man for the Spartans and high point man in the game, Mason Lord. Very impressive game with 19 points. As I mentioned, Stoneham got scoring really from only 5 plays. I think they only played 6 guys the whole game. Well, as opposed to Arlington, got a lot of scoring from a lot of guys tonight. Taj Chabra pitched in with 2. Simon Miller and Nolan Hassel each hit a 3-pointer. Jabari Williams, quiet night for Jabari, only 5 points. Joey Prager had 8. John Allen had 9. Alexei Trapotsis had 12. High point man for the Spy Ponders, Griffin Fudge with 13. And now drum roll, please, ACMi player of the game.
Before I say player of the game, you said Jabari Williams only had a few points, 5 points, whatever. He had 15 boards unofficially, probably had more because I lose some when I start talking nonsense. My ACMi player of the game is Joey Prager. He covered the big kid unbelievable. He's given up a half a foot. He's ripping boards. He's hitting a few 3-pointers. He's facilitating for his teammates by passing the basketball, but his effort and his intensity and his drive, ACMi player of the game, Joey Prager.
Good choice, Tim. The final score here from Arlington. Arlington High School 55, Stoneham High School 43. Stay tuned for the wrap-up show with Tim and myself.
You know, we were expecting a hard game. They just scored 96 points in one of their last games, and they also beat a top Winchester team, or they lost to a top Winchester team by only 2. So we were coming in like thinking it was gonna be a very close game, but our bench helped us so much. Like Joey Perry started, but John Allen came off the bench and Jacob, and they just gave us fire.
Yeah, I'm going to go back, but Winchester's a really tough team, and so when these guys lost to Winchester by a couple of points, you knew you were going to be in for it. But you just mentioned Allen and Jacob coming off the bench. These guys bring unbelievable defensive intensity, and it's so good to have guys like that coming off the bench. What do you think about guys that aren't in the rotation but come out and play and give their all to have them on your team?
I mean, I love it because last year I would have to guard like the point guard the whole game, and it was so tiring. And this year I'm kind of guarding like one of the wing players, so I don't have to press the whole time. I have Jacob and John just come in and do that. So it's been awesome to have them.
Yeah, if I'm playing pickup or something, I don't want either one of those guys, especially you covering me, because I just want to sit out there and jack some threes. Now, let me ask you this. I know you're a multi-sport athlete and a great student athlete. You had a great football season this year. Arlington was, obviously really good in football. How is the transition from the football season to the basketball season, where obviously you don't get to play too much hoop because you guys are busy, you guys practice 5 or 6 days a week, you're doing lifting, you have all your schoolwork. What do you do in the fall to prepare yourself for basketball season?
I mean, honestly, for me, we just had a once-a-week Sunday basketball league, so I would do that. And then getting into basketball season, like the tryouts, it was very hard because not as much like stamina I had. So that was hard, and also just like those little like layups that I've been making this year, at the start of the season, they weren't falling because I just haven't worked on it in a while.
Yeah, knowing lots of high school football players, my son being one, that you guys beat up on this year, by the way, but I'm not going to mention that too much. They, even playing on a Sunday, that's a lot because you guys they're out there 6 days a week, and you got a ton of schoolwork, especially as a junior, one of the busiest school years. So just being able to play on Sunday, that's unbelievable. Now, when you come out here the first couple of days, did you tackle anyone or clothesline anyone just by accident?
No, I didn't, but I was definitely aggressive, definitely.
Shocking news there. So school, I know you're a really good student. Your brother was a good student as well down at Wake Forest this year. What do you like and what are you studying in school?
Well, right now I really like math, but for college I don't know what I'm going to study yet.
Give one of your teachers a shout out. Who's your best teacher?
Best teacher? I really like my English teacher, Miss Gomez. I had her freshman year, and now I have her junior year.
Excellent. So basically with the Arlington team, you guys, skilled offensive players, obviously Griffins can score, a lot of guys can score, but it seems like everything comes off of the defense led by you. I always refer to you as the best defensive player in the Middlesex League. I don't mean to embarrass you, but I seriously think that. I've seen many of the teams, and no one has the defensive tenacity, the steals, the deflections, the loose balls that you do. But how do you guys prepare offensively to get your offense off of your defense?
In practice, we really harp on defense. So we'll do a lot of like transition drills where it'll be defense going into offense. And coach really stresses for us to score in transition because we're not the best half-court team. I mean, today we played really well, but usually, like last game against Newton North, we only scored 38 points. We won that, but it's been really hard for us to score in the front half.
Yeah, and tonight a lot of the offense came off of the defense, so that's really good. And so I'm going to go back to football really quick. I know that you have other aspirations in life, but I'm telling you, I've been watching high school football for over 30 years, Middlesex League maybe for 40 years. One of the best defensive backs I've ever seen play high school football. And I said the other day that when your instincts and the way that you play football, you arrive at the football in a violent fashion. And I said, that's an ultimate compliment. What are your aspirations for not just football, basketball, but future playing different sports in college? What are you looking at?
Well, for college right now, I really want to play Division III basketball. But I know that's a lot harder than football, but that's what I'm trying to do. So
there'll be a spot for you because anyone that watches these games and can see a high school basketball player dominate a basketball game defensively, there's a spot for you on the team. And I also know, what I mentioned earlier, that you're a great student. So I think that there's going to be a really good fit and someone's going to be super psyched to have you.
Yeah.
Just say thanks.
Oh,
man.
thank you.
All right, brother.
right.
Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Here with Coach Woods. Coach Woods, since our last home game, went on the road there for that holiday tournament. Did a nice job there, got the split in the games, and then a nice league win tonight.
Yep, it's a little bit, this holiday break seemed a lot longer than other ones. It was a couple weekends in there, and so we played 2 games, but it was last Sunday and Monday, and we really haven't had anything till tonight. So Stoneham was coming in 6-1. I knew, we're going to have to kind of match them, and, the kids played hard over break, and, it was good after a little bit of a slow start to come out and get the job done tonight.
It was a track meet in the first half. It was played at a frenetic pace. I thought you were going to have a season high in points tonight. Slowed down a little bit in the second half, and actually significantly, you really slowed Stoneham down in the second half. And also in the third quarter, I don't think Stoneham scored until about the 2:30 mark of the third quarter. They were stuck on 25 for quite a while. So they got off to a fast start, but you really slowed them down there in the second quarter and into the second half.
Yeah. I noticed that their points weren't going up, and I just glanced at the book before I walked over here, and I realized that it was also our points that didn't go up either. It was a 6-6 quarter. But sometimes we don't panic in those situations. Like, the kids are pretty good about, playing when maybe it's not the most comfortable situation. And Stoneham has been averaging 67 points a game, and 6-1, and they got a big guy and a shooter and a really good athlete, and and they play well as a team. So us making things uncomfortable and defensively was an objective tonight, definitely.
Next couple games, Arlington will go on the road to play Woburn on Friday night, another league game, and then back home here on Sunday against Brockton. What do we look forward in those next 2?
Yeah, Woburn's having a good season. They got a new coach this year. He was at Winchester the last couple of years, so they're middle of the pack in the league, and playing well. They got a lot of kids back from last year. And then Brockton on Sunday is just another good non-league test. We played them last year at the end of the year. They returned a lot of kids from their team last year. So I talked to the coach in the offseason. I felt like that would be, something good for us in the power rankings aspect, and just competition-wise too. We're a Division I team now. Like, that's the state tournament. That's what we're in. So I think we have to, go out and seek out some of those teams. So, but Woburn first. That's a league game in their gym. I think we got to, we got to check that box and really play well, and do some things to, complete a good week.
Coach Woods, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win, and we look forward to seeing the team again on Sunday. So as I mentioned, Woburn on Friday. Next Arlington home game will be Sunday. That's a 2 o'clock game here at the unnamed Gym 1 here in Arlington's brand new high school, so we look forward to seeing everybody here. The final score here tonight, Arlington 55, Stoneham 43. Thanks for joining us.